Hi, good morning. I hope you can all see my screen now. I'm Kristi Grišakov, working as a researcher in Tallinn University of Technology, and also being involved in the GreenTwins pilot as a project manager and team member, especially concerning the hub development. And today I'm going to talk about the hub development in terms of the different steps we have taken to develop the hub concept and where we are at the moment in terms of designing and constructing the actual hub space, and what additional steps do we see at this point that need to be taken to have it successfully running in 2023, hopefully for years and years ahead in the future. So maybe the hub has been mentioned in the previous presentations quite extensively already, but just to recap in terms of what it is as a definition. So it is physical visualization and event space, which is located in the city center of Tallinn. And it will be equipped with advanced technology that aims to bring the main actors in urban development, such as citizens, planners, stakeholders, and municipalities into collaboration and co-creation. So we have discussed already since the introduction by Aya about the participation and collaboration. So as mentioned also by previous presentations, the co-creation and collaboration aspect is especially important for the hub. And yes, the hub is expected to open in spring 2023. So it has been now about a year since we have been developing the general concept of the hub. So what are the general steps of the hub? I'm going to take you through is, first of all, defining the actual possibilities of the hubs, because even though we have the definition of the hub and we had the general aims and some kind of general image of what the hub should be from the beginning of the project, we of course have very good examples from Helsinki, and so we have the Living Plus hub in Aalto University, which was shown also in the images of the previous presentations. Also in Helsinki city, the city planning office had different spaces which were also used to as sort of hub spaces, such as Laituri. There was later on a space in the public library building in Helsinki, and now I understand there's a new type of space being developed. But nevertheless, it was quite a crucial question in Tallinn that what type of concept does Tallinn need for the hub? So what is the most useful concept in terms of the GreenTwins project, the needs of Tallinn city and the needs of citizens and various stakeholders that's going to start to use this hub. So first of all, I'm going to talk you about the background research we did regarding the different possibilities. First of all, as said already in the GreenTwins, we are also developing different digital tools to support the collaboration. But why is physical space still needed? One might ask, because as you see also here, we are online already. However, the physical space still is relevant because it is reducing the technology adoption barrier. So even though the hub space that is developed in Tallinn and that is used, for example, is existing in Aalto University has technology, then of course the different hub spaces also provide different opportunities for collaborations, also options without technology. And even if you're not maybe familiar with technology, you can learn about the different technological options. And of course, the physical spaces also increase discussion, rise mutual understanding in a different way than maybe is possible in a digital space. And of course, if we have a space which is accessible to everybody in the city of Tallinn, then it can also reduce segregation between different groups. So the physical Space seems to be still very much needed for different reasons, where people can access at different times and also physically come together to discuss different topics. As the background research, we were looking into different examples around the world, what this hub could be and should be. And we discovered that actually there's quite a lot of variety in terms of how hubs are organized. Are they more technology driven? Are they more community driven? Who maintains the hubs? Who organizes the program? So how as an organization, let's say, they work. So there's actually quite a big variety from which to choose from, and it was very relevant for the GreenTwins project that we discussed the different options quite thoroughly. So we don't just let's say copy one example that seems to be more desired or more known, but we evaluate the different opportunities. But just some examples here of what it means exactly to be technology driven or community driven. So as you see already with technology, there's quite a variety of different options that could be used within the hub. So we have of course, different options for data integrations, where actually different varieties of screens that can be used for visualization can be used. There's also 2D interactive screens. There is tangible interactive technology, so different type of let's say 3D models and different types of interactive models you can work with, which kind of augment the very traditional physical models that are often used in urban planning. And then there's also different VR opportunities together with projection screens that can be used for, let's say, more immersive experience than the previous examples here on the slides, because you can, let's say, really walk within that environment together with other participants who are also wearing the headsets and have a shared discussion, or also within this future modeled environment about what it should contain. Secondly, there was also quite extensive discussion over the hub being actually stationary or mobile, and this was especially very relevant discussion we needed to have with our partners from City of Tallinn. And that was one of the very crucial questions, actually, that should we have a hub space which is in one physical location in the city center, or would it be actually more needed that the hub should be mobile, that it could go actually to where the discussions need to be held. So in the area, in Tallinn city, in different city districts where actually the developments are going on. So we could ensure that there's a wider range of participants that can join the discussion and get the needed information. Of course, the mobile options have certain kind of restrictions, and during the era of the Corona crisis, we were also very much aware of that. That of course this kind of more the mobile hub always means that the space can also be more restricted. So whether we have, for example, a van or a bus or a container, you can maybe not have so many people inside there at once. But of course, the mobile hub can also be considered as a set of technology then that can be set up in any other room, such as the city district government, the meeting hall, or some other space which is relevant for the community where you can have those discussions. And then this brings basically us to the key choices of how the hub should be. So whether it should be stationary or mobile, what kind of technology it uses, and then also how is it managed, and how open it is to different communities who want to use this space, who need to use this space, or is it more organized in terms of let's say different activities that the experts from the city and different planning experts want to use the hub for. Then a little bit about the needs as well. Bill, we already talked about the extensive user research. So for the hub as well, we had different workshops, so with experts, with citizen activists, with researchers regarding defining the key needs and requirements for the hub of Tallinn. There was a specific separate workshop with Tallinn city planners and the strategy department of Tallinn and the urban planning department of Tallinn, really defining and trying to understand how the planners of the city need and want to use this space, so they would be actively involved from the very beginning. We also, based on those workshop results, then first of all developed different concept scenarios for this hub, from which then the final concept of the hub was developed in last autumn. And I would say here the very important additional point is also that, of course, we can very well define the more general needs and aims of the hub together. But then when it comes to actually using and imagining how this technology will be used within the hub, and we intend to use the VR technology with the projection screens, similar to also what you saw in the Living Plus Hub pictures, then I think the technology discussion and the needs regarding technology have been really the most difficult ones, because the future users, both for the planners and the citizens, they often do not have a reference point in terms of what that would mean and how they would use it. So we see very clearly that also in regards to the hub development, we need to do this kind of soft testing during now the interim phase of previous to constructing the hub, and then also a series of, let's say, soft openings where we can really work with the users and the technology in action, because this is quite difficult thing to define beforehand if you do not have a reference point. And that actually applies also to GreenTwins researchers and our partners from the city of Tallinn as well, that also within the project we have been going to the XR Center of Tallinn University of Technology. We had one workshop also in the Living Plus Hub in Aalto, because also the researchers often maybe have some reference point from other cities around the world, but we ourselves also needed to have an actual experience with what that type of space using different types of technologies would actually mean, and what are the possibilities of the different options. Then regarding the spatial opportunities, of course, when we had the concept scenarios and the general idea ready, then of course the reality also hits in a sense that you need to find then a suitable place from the city of Tallinn. So in our case, it was decided that we would prefer a space in the city center. That was something very evident from the user research, that it would be one physical city center location. But then again, you also have to check different practical opportunities to what kind of spaces are available in the city, how easy they are to change into the space and to provide the opportunities you would like to have in the hub. The spaces we were also looking at, they had quite different characteristics in terms of their overall feeling, how you could change them, all the way down to also practical questions like what is the actual rent, because that is also sometimes relevant. So this is the final location where our hub space is going to happen. So currently it's in a phase where we have all of the agreements made. So it's now a space that will be in interim use for the next 6 months while we are putting together the more exact design drawings. And then after that, it will go to construction and will be then opened, let's say, first as soft openings and then afterwards as hard openings in the spring of 2023. Yes, so these are the phases where we are at the moment. So we have defined the concept, as said, late autumn last year, and now proceeding to the interior design and construction, and of course also obtaining the technology for that particular space. And then finally, what I think is also relevant to say that although we have now a clear aim and concept in regards to the kind of central hub space, the user research and also the prioritization workshops we have had have also revealed that there's actually a lot more to do. So other topics that come up from solving, when you have solved the question of this key physical location and design, then actually you also need to deal with additional questions. So for example, the hub curation and program, so developing in collaboration with our partners from Tallinn how it will actually be managed and how we can put together a program for both the interim use and then the post-opening use, so it would be successful and actually fulfilling all of the targets. And I think in Tallinn city context, it's also important to note that it's the European Green Capital Year 2023, so Hub also has quite an important role in that program. And then in addition, we are also thinking about additional elements such as urban magnet competition, which would be competition for developing installations, which would be physical installations in the city of Tallinn, inviting people to the hub space to collaborate and also inviting people to participate. As well as the question of the hub's, let's say, online content, that if we have physical content and technological content in the future hub site, then how much information and in what way should also be simultaneously present in online format. So let's say that to which extent the hub also needs to be hybrid in the end, because it is quite clear that we are not going to go back to the pre-COVID era regarding only having participatory and collaborative processes in a physical setting. So this is the journey so far, and we continue then this year with more detailed designs towards then the successful opening of the hub in 2023. Thank you.